What's up everyone? Welcome to another video of our series for 10-man raiding on Mogu'shan Vault Heroic. And today we're gonna be looking at the second boss, Feng The Accursed. So you just finish killing stone guards, you progress into Mogu'shan Vaults, and the second boss you're gonna encounter is Feng The Accursed. Feng is a boss with moderate level of difficulty. We didn't have much problems on it, but there's a lot of stuff that happens during the fight, so we're gonna look at all of it. To begin with, there's two abilities that you're gonna have throughout all the fight, which are the Spirit Volts. He just casts some bolts on 3 random targets, you need to heal it, and the Strength of the Spirit. Basically, every time there'll be 4 weapon spirits, every time Feng absorbs one of those weapons when he changes phases, you're gonna get a buff that gives him 5% damage increase. So you're gonna go to one weapon, gets a buff, 5% more damage, next weapon gets a buff, 10% more damage, and so on. During the fight there'll be 4 phases. The phases change every 25% HP. So 100% he starts one phase, 75% he changes to the next phase. We're gonna have the staff weapon, which is the arcane phase, shield, which is a shadow phase, fists, which is a nature phase, and spear, which is a fire phase. Every one of those weapons have their own set of skills. For the staff, the arcane phase, you're gonna have an arcane shock, which is basically a stacking dot on the tank, just down swap to deal with it. You're gonna have arcane velocity, which is a pulsing AoE that scales with distance from the boss. So further you are from the boss, you take more damage from it. You just stack on the boss and use your CDs. And you're gonna have arcane resonance, which is a pulsing AoE around the target, and it scales with the number of targets it hits. So you need to spread from the raid so you don't hit anyone else, because if you hit anyone else, you're gonna get more damage from it, and it's one of the big, at least for us, it was one of the big wipe situations. The shield phase, the shadow, you're gonna have, again, shadow burn, another dot on the tank. Keep taunt swapping to avoid getting the dot stacks too high. You're gonna have siphoning shield, where basically he throws the shield on the floor, and he gonna summon from the players their souls, and the souls gonna slowly walk to the shield. If they get to the shield, for each soul, it's gonna regen 10% of Feng's HP. You need to grip, stun, slow, and just AoE the heads before they get to the shield. And during this phase, you also have Chains of Shadow, which is basically a Chain Lightning Shadow version that will arc to 3 targets, just heal it. Fists phase, another dot on the tank, the Lightning Lash, just same way you manage the others, keep taunt swapping to not have one of your tanks getting the stacks too high. You're gonna have the Lightning Fists, basically Feng gonna send 3 shockwaves in front of him that will damage and stun whoever gets hit by it. And you're gonna have an Epicenter. He just like stops in place, channeling a big epicenter around him. Closer you are from the boss, more damage you take. So you can just stack and use CDs, or if you feel the need for it, if it's still too much damage, you can run away from the boss and use CDs and stack further away so you get reduced damage from it. For the spear, which is a fire phase, he has another dot on the tank, the flaming spear. Manage it the same way you manage the others till now. He also uses wildfire spark. He basically sets a target on fire for 5 seconds, and when those 5 seconds are over, the target gonna leave the flames on the floor. Those flames on the floor, they deal burn damage, so don't stay on them. Obviously, fire, bad. And try to drop them away from the boss if you can. And at some point, he also gonna cast Draw Flame, which basically the flames you dropped before from Wildfire Spark, he gonna call them all to him and absorb them to empower his spear and deal more damage and AoE damage. So just stack, use CDs and heal it. During this fight, your tank's gonna have access to extra abilities. you're gonna get a nullification barrier, which basically creates a bubble in a zone that for whoever is inside of it, it nullifies what's happening around. Being it, like, for example, the arcane velocity from the arcane phase, the effect of the shadow shield summoning the souls, the epicenter damage, the draw flames when he's on the fire phase. You're gonna be using it throughout all the fights in very different situations. And the other extra action ability for your other tank is a Shroud of Reversal. That you have a channeling skill that you can channel on one of your friends. And if they get some effect, you can steal that skill for you to use. The most common usage on this is during the feasts phase, where you can mimic, in this case steal, the stun from the lightning fists, and then use it on the boss when he's casting the epicenter to stun and negate the epicenter. To get these extra abilities, when you enter the room after the fight starts, right on the left and on the right side, there'll be two crystals spawning. Your tanks need to interact with those crystals to get those extra abilities. For the strats, there's like a million different ways people are doing it. It feels like almost every raid I see, people have their own order of doing the stuff. This is the way that we did it, and it worked the best for us. And it's the way we're gonna see on the video. So it's proven, it works, it's a solid strat. That's the one I'm gonna show you. But you can do other ways if you find it's better for your raid. For example, for us, we figured that our main problem was during the arcane phase, the first phase, the staff, where we were getting resonance being cast right as the velocity was finishing, and we didn't have enough time to spread, and we were wiping because of the resonance damage on the full raid. Therefore, we decided that arcane phase is the worst for us. So that's where we use Lust. We want to pass that phase as fast as possible. Either way, this is the way we do it. For the first phase, we start with the staff. We stack fast. When velocity comes, we use CD and heal to leave it. And as soon as the last tick of velocity goes out, we spread right away to avoid having resonance on the raid. Then we move to the shield. On the shield, we just keep the boss facing the wall. He will always cast the shield the way he's facing. So if we have the boss facing the wall, we ensure that the shield stays on the wall. And we stack the raid in the middle. So we also ensure that the souls gonna come on the middle, which will be the mid ground for the highest possible distance between the shield and the souls. As soon as souls spawn, we stun, slow, kill everything that we can from the souls before they arrive to the shield, rinse and repeat. As for the third weapon, we go for the fists. On the fists, we keep our raid stacked behind the boss, and we keep the boss facing the middle, and we have one of our DPSs in the middle with CDs ready to soak the lightning fists, so then we can steal from him with a Shroud of Reversal and use it to stun on the epicenter. And after, and for last, we leave the staff, the fire. We just keep the raid stack. Whoever gets a debuff gets away from the pack, drops the wildfire far away from the boss, and then when the boss starts drawing flames, we use the nullifying barrier to prevent him from getting the flames buff. And now we're gonna look at the video to see everything that we learn now in practice and how to utilize it. So on the pool, you want to have the boss close from the next weapon you want him to go, because that's how the mechanic works. So we pull it to the staff. This gives enough time for my tank, the other tank, to go and get the nullification barrier. He comes, he gets the boss, and then I'll go and get my buff, the reversal shroud. We just stay loose spread here to prevent from having the resonance going on the raid. And I got my shroud here. We keep going, and when it's time for the velocity, we gonna all stack except the guy who has the resonance going, and we pop the nullification barrier. So this way we basically negate all the damage from that velocity. I'm moving him a bit closer from the shield to ensure that when he phases, he goes to that weapon and not to any of the others. And now he should have phased already, but he's stuck in animations. He phases and grabs the shield. And now we start phase 2. We have him facing the wall. There, he dropped the shield on the wall. I pull it to the middle. Everyone stacks in the middle, so the souls spawn all in the middle and away from the shield. We deal with the souls with stuns and slows. And we have to kill them before they are allowed to reach the shield, because if they reach the shield, the boss gonna heal, and that will make the fight longer and create more problems. We move him back. On this second shield, my other tank gonna use a nullification barrier, so nothing happens, because basically the effect is nullified by the barrier. That's a nice trick. The shadow still spawns from time to time, but they will eventually despawn, and basically means that this second phase of the second phase, it's basically for free, because we don't have to worry about anything. Every phase you're gonna do this couple of mechanics like once or twice, and this basically just rinse and repeat all the process. You're gonna cast the shield again facing the wall. We move him to the middle. Everyone to the middle. The souls spawn on the middle and far away from the shield, so we have enough time to deal with it. Stuns, slows, damage. No soul get to the shield, no healing on the boss. Meanwhile, the boss is getting close to pass the next phase, so we're gonna start moving him to the weapon we want him to get next, which is the fists. It's on square. He still casts the shield again, but my other tank has a nullification barrier again, so nothing happens. It's the best way to deal with it. Now for the fists phase, we're gonna stack all in the back of the boss, and we're gonna face the boss to the middle. On my back, we're gonna have our hunter ready to soak the lightning fists debuff. Now we're gonna cast lightning fists. I'm targeting my hunter. I get the skill from him. You can see on my extra action bar, I got his lightning fist skill, which means that as soon as he starts casting the epicenter, I can just stop it, which makes this phase being for free, because the biggest damage is not happening. And bam, stopped. Nothing happens here. The boss is there stunned. There's no damage going on anyone in a raid. You're good to go. Just be very careful if you are the one responsible for the Shroud of Reversal. You'll need to stop the channeling and not the cast, because he starts casting epicenter and only then the channel starts. You need to stop when the channel starts, not when the cast starts. And if you manage to reproduce this, consider that you have Shroud for one. Here we use the nullification barrier. That's what I was about to say. Considering you have the Shroud of Reversal for one of the epicenters, and you have the barrier for the other epicenter, if you use it well with minimum healing or some small healing cooldowns, in here we use the Spirit Link, you can pass this phase without any issue at all. Now the fire phase. Because he's already with 4 stacks, he has 20% extra damage. This phase is usually a bit more damage intense, especially if you manage to gather the flames. On this situation, we had one of our people messing up a bit and dropping the flames too close. There they are. I tried to move a boss a bit to the left, just so the melee doesn't stay on the flames. And it just heal it. It shouldn't be a problem. If your tanks have cooldowns up, and at this point you should already have your healing cooldowns back, you should have no problems dealing with this. And you see now he drew the flames, and my other tank used the nullification barrier, so he didn't got the buff from the flames, and it just, if he doesn't get the buff from the flames, it's basically just an easy kill. And that's how we do it. It works. If it is the best way or not, I don't know. It's the way we do it. It's the way it works for us. Hopefully it will help you and it will work for you. And this was Feng and how we deal with it. Good luck on your raids, good luck on your loot, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.